In the coldest, deepest oblivion of outer space, mercy is a liability. Domino. Violent brutality. Carnal sensuality. Heart-pounding terror. Domino. She hunts. She kills. She always gets her man. Domino. Rated X. Witness Conrad, a simple guy living in a world of corruption.
Conrad, this house is ours now. Hier los. Sign it.
They took his freedom, his land, and his ugly wife.
Shoot the glass. What? Shoot the glass!
Now they want his house and treat his f***ing life.
Oh, mein Furcht! Oh, mein Leben!
But there is one thing they don't know about Conrad.
Ah, my anus is blocked!
He knows how to handle this shit. Ninja classes. Conrad, the Bavarian.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to yet another episode of Rogan Radio live from the friendly confines of Rogan Radio on something that's playing on somebody's tab. Right there it is. Who was that?
It was Jimmy.
Was it Jimmy?
It was Jimmy.
On the friendly
It was you, dude. You're going to hell.
We're live on the friendly confines of studio out here in a luxurious ranch of Casa La Rogan Lumberport.
What's going on,
It's
everybody?
crazy. Tonight we have some crazy news. Tonight, Darren is not here because he went to a goat competition out in Idaho. And I think he went out there.
Are you serious?
I think he went out there. He took a couple goats out to Idaho. And I think he likes the name Idaho more than he does the state Idaho.
He's like, hey, Idaho. Oh, and we're going to Idaho. Did he really take goats all the way to Idaho?
No, I just made that up.
thank God. Oh, my God.
Cuddles, he's down in Florida. He's still trying to help with the sea turtle preservation.
Is that a true story also?
No, he's Cuddles
God,
probably at home right now getting ready to go to work.
Fibber.
Over, as you noticed,
F-I-B-E-R.
last week, or the last time we were here anyway, we talked about Derek was very interested in how much a sex change would cost. I think it was, for a man, between $4,000 and $24,000 between if you went into a back alley or if you actually went to a medical service.
It was quite cheaper for a man to have a sex change.
And as you can tell, successfully, it has turned out well for Derek. You know what? No more ribs hurting.
Yeah.
He's gained
All
some
of a
nice
sudden,
hair.
Derek
All of a
looks
sudden-
definitely better as a woman.
Does this make me gay now? Does it make me gay now that I'm looking Derek? I'm looking at Derek like, hey, Derek, I never look at you like that. But there's so much more hair, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, how you doing?
Yeah, you
kind
doing?
of-
And I think that's exactly why Derek did that is for the fact that because he's a chrome dome, but he always says grass doesn't grow on a playground. So one thing that he could do, so he wouldn't look stupid, because everybody knows him as like a villain off of Superman. That he could, if he got a sex change, he could actually get a nice head of hair, and no one would even know the difference.
Yeah.
But no, that's really not Derek. That was a lie, too. Everything happens in threes. We have Mary in the studio tonight. Welcome. This is your second time here, actually.
Second time.
And tonight's going to be the best time.
Second time, best time.
Because we have a skit tonight that you're really going to love. If you're a woman, and one of the worst things about being a woman is that you have constant guys trying to hit on you. It's a
Hey,
constant.
you know what? Guys have that problem, too, bro. Not just women. I mean, I know. Dude.
Well, that's.
I know.
Not really.
I know.
I just want to know who you're getting hit on by.
Yeah, man. Same.
So anyway, tonight what we're going to do is because the last time Mary was here, Michelle and I, where were we? I don't even remember. Florida. Probably. Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you were moving Megan.
Another
Florida.
cruise.
Oh, we were moving Megan down.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. So tonight we're going to throw her in. We're going to officially welcome you to the Rogan Radio staff by. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to hit you with pickup lines, like we're all single dudes in a bar somewhere. Now you have to watch Brucey. He just came back from Japan because he was doing some kind of a. Brucey was a stripper out in right outside of Tokyo, and he had this scene that he did with Brie Olson there a couple weeks ago. Which, by the way, that was a great scene.
Oh, boy.
He was dressed up like Godzilla.
Yeah, it was really nice. And be looking for that. It's going to be released in January. It's called Dongzilla. And so it's going to be.
I thought it was called Tearing It Up in Tokyo.
Tearing It Up. He's already signed the sequel to it, Tearing It Up in Tokyo.
Yeah, you always want to have subtitles.
Yeah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah.
Ooh, ee, ooh, zing, zang,
bada,
bing, bang,
bam, bam,
ooh,
ooh, ah, ah,
Zing,
zing,
bang,
bada,
bing,
bing,
bang.
bang, bang.
All right, we're going to have a great show. We're going to pass out some Darwin Awards tonight. We're also going to talk about craziness, some crazy news. This is going to be a crazy show.
Yeah, crazy, man.
We're already kind of feeling it. It's getting kind of dark.
It's getting it's dark. It's like
Yeah, it is. We were just outside, and we still had daylight. Now we look outside, and it's pitch black. This would be the perfect time for us to go streaking, because no one would even know it was us. Well, they would know it was me. Bruce would trip all over himself making that Godzilla sound. Godzilla!
Hey, speaking of that, did you see there was an article on Flinderation? You know how we always go there around
I saw
this
that
time of year?
DTV. DTV did a nice little story on Flinderation. We've been there about every year since we've been alive, right? So
Well, we didn't go last year. We didn't go this year.
we haven't been there yet this year.
Yeah, this year. We're going to talk about it, though.
We're gonna wait till it gets like 0 degrees and then say, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's all go
Hey,
stand
let's go
outside
there,
for 2
and then we
hours."
won't.
Who's on here with us? That's what I wanted. I saw Jesse on here. I saw St. Jude.
Jody Welsh. We got Clay Clark. Believe that? Alan Funk. Alan Funk was my. We were buddies actually in elementary school back in Nurk.
Alan Funk.
F-U-N-K.
Man.
Steve Ice, Anthony Morgan.
I like
Crystal
that name.
Lewis?
Hello, Crystal. Haven't seen Crystal for a long time, by the way.
Beverly Quinn. Hello, Bev.
Dr. Hall.
Dr. Hall in the house.
Tanya Ash.
Hello, Tanya.
Who else is on here?
You're going to love some of these Darwin Awards coming up. We might just get into that. We had a birthday board. Last time we were here, we keep talking about the past because it's like, when are we going to get back to the summer or to the wintertime hours? Did we decide that yet?
What did you say?
Now.
When we go back to every week?
I don't know.
Because the next weekend we're out because it's Columbus Day.
I won't be here anyhow. So the weekend after that?
The weekend after
November?
that.
You want to
Yeah.
make it the 1st of November?
20th.
The
20th of October?
Yes, I think that's when we start back to
right,
winter
because
hours,
then we
yes.
go to up to Lincoln and we do the senior stuff on the 25th. Which will be
Hey, Alan
fantastic.
said, yeah. Yeah, Newark. Everybody loves Newark. You guys don't know where Newark is? But it's a wonderful place.
Where's Newark? Where's Newark near?
Newark's near, it's, I don't know, 40 miles east of Columbus.
Oh,
I
okay.
can hear myself now. Praise the Lord.
Well,
Every now and then. I can. Every now and then I can hear
Well,
it.
last time when I spilled a little bit of beer on here, so that didn't help
You know, I
anything
heard
either.
that.
He
I heard
spilled a
that.
lot of beer.
Yeah, I sort of did a little bit.
Just
But anyway, we had a birthday. We have a birthday boy, and he's a staple on the show, even though you never see him. His name is Wayne Worth. Wayne.
Listening, happy birthday, Wayne.
Best looking hair in Clarksburg. It's Wayne Worth. Often appearing with Vaughn Haggerty. So we're going to go ahead and call up. We're going to go ahead and call up Wayne now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's free on Sundays. I said, listen, you need to come on the show about every Sunday now.
That's
Because
really,
Wayne would be fantastic.
I didn't think that guy was forever free. He's like 7-day a week, Wayne.
Yeah, he
usually,
really
right?
is. Jimmy's getting ready to call
I
him
think
now.
he's usually busy stopping by
always doing
Subway and
something.
eating sandwiches.
Is that, well, that's all he has time for. The
Yeah.
guy's
Yeah.
freaking
Speaking of footlongs,
oh, let's talk about Dong Godzilla.
We're talking about
Dong-
Wayne now,
Dong-
so don't bring up footlongs.
yeah. Let's see here. If we can get Wayne on.
What's
here.
up?
Wayne Worth.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear us okay, Wayne?
I can hear you pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, you're off Sundays now, so the offer is you come over to the studio every single Sunday. How's that sound?
Oh my.
Seeing how that's your only day off, probably.
Yeah, I tell you, won't you start next Sunday showing up?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anyway, Wayne, you just had a birthday.
Right.
Hey, listen, 60 is a milestone, bro.
It is, and I think you did well.
Yeah.
You look
It
fantastic.
is.
How old actually are you now?
41.
You're on.
Oh, you're a young puppy.
You're a
Jesus
baby.
Christmas.
You're
I'm a
Lieutenant
proud
B.
new member of a triple chin.
The triple
The
what?
The quad
I'm a
10.
proud new member of
Oh.
a triple chin.
Yeah.
The triple
we
chin.
get
The
on-
triple chin.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, we wanted to call you because one thing that we love to do is sing, and oftentimes it turns people off. But this time, we want to sing a very happy birthday to Wayne Worth. To Wayne.
Happy birthday to you. Hey, should we do it like we did it last time? Just go all the way around the room like that?
If you want to do it that
I
way.
like it that way.
Nah, let's
No?
all do it in a group and we'll just
Really?
kind of interject little things.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So
Kind of
Wayne.
like when we do our musical things.
Yeah, we'll do that later, too.
So Wayne, in honor of your birthday, you're a big 41 now. We're going to sing you happy birthday, and guess who's going to start it out for us?
Oh, no.
I wish it was Vaughn, but it's going to be Mary. There's something about Mary.
Something about
There's something
Mary.
about
Is
Mary.
that really Derek with the sex change?
It is.
Yes.
It turned out well.
Well, thank you, Derek.
It's to Mary.
Listen now.
To Mary.
The odd
Hey, still
thing,
D-Mac.
and I'm not sure if Blue Cross Blue Shield actually covers a chopadegophamy operation, but we're going to find out. We may be having a fundraiser for Derek here pretty soon.
Yeah.
All right, Mary, go ahead.
Ready?
Well, it depends. Can I sing like Marilyn Monroe did? Her
Yeah. Well, you start out, we'll join all in, so then we all have to sing like her.
Actually, I tell you what, we're going to have Mary sing like Marilyn Monroe, and we're not going to say shit.
No.
See, no, we're good. You start off like Marilyn and we'll slowly interject.
Yes.
But we will all sing
Yes.
like
Yes.
Marilyn.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
you will start us out like Marilyn. Okay, go ahead.
I'll sing like Marilyn too.
Happy birthday
to
you.
Wayne Worth.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
His name is Wayne. Wayne Worth.
So good.
Birthday, dear
on my
Oh my
Wayne,
God, Derek,
Wayne,
you drive
Wayne.
me crazy, Derek.
Happy birthday
birthday
to Wayne.
to
Yeah. Happy birthday, Wayne Worth.
That was so. Hey, excuse me.
That almost sounded like a birthday and a love jam at the same time.
Wow. Hold on, Wayne. Hold on. Hey, it's my birthday too.
It's Todd's birthday
I'll
today.
sing to you later.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Now, Wayne. Now, here's the thing. We also, for your birthday present, Mary's going to give you a love jam. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Mary.
I don't think she's actually ever heard one of our love jams.
She hasn't heard the love jam. She won't know.
Yeah, you get that. Improvise.
Okay, here we go.
I think Jimmy.
Jimmy's
Would you
always
Jimmy
got a
in the
good
love
I don't know
jam?
what you're talking
Jimmy's
about.
always got a good one. Come on, give us
It
a
won't
good
even,
one,
it
Jim.
won't even give me sound effects.
You do them for me all the time. What's the difference?
What you talking
Just
about?
substitute Mary for Wayne.
Come on, you're the one that does.
Just do
Hold
it.
on, Wayne. Hold on. Just hold on, Wayne, a minute.
Hang tight,
I
Wayne.
ain't got nothing.
Dang it! But Wayne, what's happening? What can you talk about real quick to fill everybody in? Because you were doing a lot of stuff with the community action, the Clarksburg, of course, and all kinds of fantastic stuff. Give us something.
All right. Well, we recently just swept out about 5 encampments. We've been working with the Clarksburg Police Department. They go down there and they issue citations for littering and trespassing. The mission goes down there and offers people treatment and housing. And then we come in around, we come back in behind them with Public Works, and we take out about 8,600 pounds of trash.
Wow.
And eliminate that. So, and then the police department and code enforcement come back out there about every week, and they check up on those encampments to make sure that no one's down there. So it's been pretty successful. We we ran 20 people out of encampments. We got 11 of them into treatment, and there's about 9 of them still kind of hanging around out there that we're just trying to find. But our whole thing is, if you want to beat the homelessness problem, you gotta eliminate their street resources somehow. And best way to do that is to issue them citations when they break the law, offer them treatment, and if they don't go for it, take all their stuff, which is usually half of it's usually stolen, and then dispose of it so they don't bring it to the next one. So and then
You're
finally,
my hero,
after a while,
Wayneworth.
what's that?
You're my hero. I've told you that
I
before.
wouldn't say that.
I love Wayneworth.
I love Wayne. I'm a Wayneworth fan.
The sad part about it is he's telling you about this and everything, and yes, it's good for the community to go through these steps and this, that, and the other, but it almost makes him sound like the bad guy.
Well, that's what I mean. But
It does in a way,
But
I do catch some flack about it sometimes.
But the important thing is,
but
the important thing to remember is, who wants to live on the street, and you're giving them treatment to get off the street, and you're kind of helping them out because you have to hit rock bottom to get out of that situation.
You do,
and you're giving.
You do. And so, and sometimes we got to facilitate that rock bottom, because with this meth epidemic, I mean, unlike heroin, if you were addicted to heroin and you were withdrawing off of that, I mean, you had the flu so bad for 2 weeks that you'd be begging for help. With meth, it's not like that. So, folks are going to continue to live on the street if they're not withdrawing off of meth, and they're going to continue to steal kids' bicycles and chop them up and sell them, and get their money for the meth, and our encampments are going to continue to stay as they're going to continue to stay as landfills, and that's just something people tell me all the time. They say those are people's homes that you're destroying. I'm just kind of like, well, I don't think this is like a run of the mill homeless person. Like you get kicked out of the house by your old woman because you were cheating on her, and your family won't let you stay, so you take your tent and you camp out there for a week till you crash on a buddy's house. No, these encampments that we go to, there's a tent, and on the other side of that there's a tarp. You pull the tarp, there's stolen property there and bicycles, and then over the hill in the creek is where all the needles and the drugs are at, and where they dispose of all their stuff. So this is more of a drug problem. This homelessness problem is more of a drug problem. And even the mission said, they said, 100% of the people that they got off the street and that were in those encampments, 100% of them were using meth.
Right.
So it's just
So
like
you're doing a public service is really what you're doing. You know what I mean?
pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And
Because you're keeping this off the streets, the needles, the trash, the just sanitation, just bad.
Well,
down there.
people spend a lot of money to live in a certain area. Houses aren't cheap. And then you have, and that's an investment. And who wants to raise their kids to where there's a time where you could walk down the sidewalk. Now you have to worry about what you want to see when you walk down the sidewalk.
Listen, it's
right, yeah, and at the end of the day, it's not like I'm being a hard ass and saying I don't care about people. I do, because whenever those folks decide they want to get help, I'll be the first one there with open arms, say,
Yes,
hey, I'll get you into treatment. But at the same time, who wants to work 40, 50 hours a week at a job? Go back to your $50,000 or $100,000 home in Clarksburg and be afraid to let your kids go run out and play in your own neighborhood.
And I think that's
Right.
exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is.
That's not
it is.
invested. That's not invested in a tax-paying citizen. So we just can't let
Well,
30
it's turned
people
that way here in
run.
Lumberport.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just the thing. I'm not going to let 30 people that are, doing meth and scrounging the streets and turning our town into landfill, ruin it for 16,000.
Right.
I think everybody else in Clarksburg feels that way too.
Oh, they do, I'm sure.
So that's that's just what it is. I call it tough love. So
Absolutely. Hey, listen, now if somebody wants to get involved in this, I mean, they can obviously follow Clarksburg Community Action on the Facebook page.
Yeah, every Wednesday evening around 5:15, we're doing a cleanup, a neighborhood watch. We're doing something out in the community or an encampment sweep. We're doing something now. Once daylight savings time ends, well, we're going to start doing that every Saturday. Probably around 11 o'clock. Put in a couple hours in on a Saturday and do our neighborhood watch and our cleanups and stuff like that. So
Right.
So we're not going to stop this thing. Unless it's snowing and sleeting and there's a Appalachian ice storm. I don't care if it's 35 degrees and sunny. If a little bit of wind, we're still going to be out there doing it.
Well,
so,
and I'm going to tell you this. Do you know Justin Campbell by chance?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah, I think he's the assistant weatherman for Corey Hagan, right?
Exactly. And because of your inspirational and what you're doing in Clarksburg, he's starting that now. He's kind of got a group together, a community action group here in Lumberport. And they did over the weekend. They had an issue with some U-Hauls or either a U-Haul or a couple U-Hauls going up and down Jackson Jones Run and all these places, stealing junk. And then they you know what? Because of this, they tracked them down last night and they split. They're gone. They even recovered a U-Haul.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
just
fantastic.
You got to make
Here
a
in
time.
Lumberport? Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So Wayneworth, you're doing good.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank
we're
you
doing
so
our
much,
best.
Wayne.
Hey, I tell folks all the time, this is not a 40-yard dash; it's a marathon.
That's right.
Exactly.
Hold on.
That's right.
Exactly.
And listen, when you start on Sundays, you're going to get to. I'm just going to move you up on the pay scale that everybody else has. So you know what? you are in like Flynn. Use all that extra machismo for whatever you decide to do.
Fantastic, man. Yeah, I love to be on the show as many times as I can make it. So.
Oh yeah,
That'd be fun.
you're definitely going to have to come in.
All you got to do is show up.
Come on.
All right.
You open invitation.
All right.
Hell, you can even come up when the show's not going on, Wayne. We love
Yeah,
you.
because we love you, Wayneworth.
Plus,
I love you guys too.
Hey,
I love it,
plus, we have some trash we need to clean up around the house. So, if we're just going to, it's all friendship stuff,
Invite
of
the
course.
crew up.
I'll bring my yellow vest.
All right.
Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday.
Once again, happy birthday, Wayne.
Hey, I appreciate you guys wishing me a happy birthday and Mary or D-Mary or whoever you are. I appreciate the wonderful birthday wish, and I tell you what, I think that was that was so provocative. I think Jimmy Wiz took a whiz in his pants. So yeah.
Anytime,
Whiz in his
dear.
pants.
Jimmy Whiz in his pants.
Whiz in his pants.
All right, Wayne, we'll let you get back to doing your thing, man. Thanks for talking with us. Happy birthday once again,
All right,
brother.
brother. You all
Love
take
you,
it easy.
Wayne.
All right.
I love you too.
Wayne Worth from Clarksburg. He's a good dude, man. Wayne is
good guy.
fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. And I tell you what, he is the, I think Derek's the one that started the stuff with Von Haggerty. We always thought Von Haggerty was a cool dude just because of his name. He's either a Viking, a porn star, or he owned a strip club, just with a name like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Wayne comes along and he starts making all these little pictures that involve Von Haggerty. And so while Wayne's
He's our
talking
picture
there,
maker.
while Wayne is kind of talking there, I'm thinking to myself, what would a certain guy do? Imagine this dynamic duo, on sort of like Batman and Robin, but it would be Wayne and
Vaughn. Wayne and Vaughn.
This weekend in Clarksburg, look out, because you're going to see Wayne Von Haggerty kicking ass and taking names as they clean up the streets. Von Haggerty! This show is free and you can get involved by getting involved with Clarksburg Community Action. Wayne Von Haggerty. Get your tickets now at the Mellon Arena Show, 681-222-7646. Buy the first seat. Get an addictomy operation for free. Watch E-Mac go from a man to a woman to a man to a woman to a man to a woman. It's Wayne Worth together. One night only. Wayne Worth. So that's how that goes. Congratulations, Mary. Your
blood pressure goes up when you do that.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's like me. It's a mouthful for sure. Listen, now let me give you a little secret of what's going on here. First of all, while Wayne's on the phone, there's a stink bug flying around. Right there it comes now, and you see everybody.
I think
Is it green?
I think it bombed Chad, hit him right in the
Everybody looked like
Or is
Hillary
it
Clinton
brown?
on that
Is it
thing. They were
brown?
Stop, squirrel.
Now, the one thing that I did not realize until this stink bug came in is how poisonous they are. Because everybody's thinking it's like a hawk in here. They're like, "Whoa, look out, Jesus!" Jimmy's like this. Oh my God, a stink bug! And I'm thinking, what's wrong with you? It's a
You know what, though?
stink
For
bug.
as big and bad as he is, he's terrified of bugs.
Oh, big chicken. Big old.
Leave his waistline out of this.
What's really
way.
funny is I wasn't paying attention. I was looking over here at
that
you. Next
later.
thing I know, something hits me in the face. Pow! I'm like, what the hell? And I'm wiping at my face. Here was that stink bug.
Yeah.
Smacked me right in the jaw.
It was
But Mary
awesome.
grabbed it, captured it,
I got
and
it on
threw it
With her bare hand.
Yeah, with her
like a softball.
with her bare hand.
With her bare hand, she grabbed the bug and off and went.
I got your back, Chad.
I appreciate that.
Hey,
That's
that was
too
a really
funny.
good song too, by the way. Does she sing like it all the time, Jim?
Does she sing you lullabies at night?
Oh my God.
Dear stink bug.
Well, see, I started singing along right at the beginning, and I looked over at Chad, and he wasn't saying nothing. And Jimmy, I said, "Well, I'm going to be quiet."
I don't
I'll tell
think
you what,
anybody
though,
wanted
I
to
don't
sing at that point.
sing in front of people ever.
You just did.
So it was lucky for Wayne that it was his birthday.
Yeah, because that
That
was
would not have happened.
so good.
Well, see, I used to do the love jams. And it goes something like this. Tonight, I'm going to make the focus Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Give me
Dearest.
ideas.
Dear Jimmy, you're afraid of stink bugs because you're a stinker. The Steelers. Too bad about the Steelers. They kind of suck too.
Steelers got a lot in common with you, Jim.
Yeah.
Because they both suck.
You know, you look over here. I see like the googly eyes going on, like they're talking with like Spock in their telepathic kind of mentality. The shocker and the spocker.
Shocker,
and
the
Vulcan.
Jimmy sucking burger.
You know what I mean.
How do they know what you like?
Well, that's what I was going to say because when Jimmy went through this exercise program a few years ago, and he was telling me about how he was planking. He was going to plank, and you know how when you lay down and you plank and all this kind of stuff, and you get your core because it's important, Bruce. You're doing this right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm notorious for having a bad back, and the reason being is because my core. I use my back more than I use my abs. Your abs are meant for your,
I don't have any abs, bub.
Well, you do. They're just covered with some winter weight. That's all. You're American. You're supposed to be fat.
That's American muscle. American muscle.
Well, so anyway, so I was telling Michelle. Michelle was giving me a bunch of shit about being out of weight. She goes, "You know what? You look so much
did
better when you were in
not.
8th grade." I said, "Well, I was
I
only."
did not.
Dude,
That's
you
a
were
lie.
goofy. You were goofy in 8th grade, bro.
Yeah, you were.
And she said, "Well, what's Jimmy do to get those 6-pack abs?" Which he doesn't have. That's another lie. But I'm saying
a lot of-
He presses up against a fence.
I'm saying
A lot of planking.
I'm saying, I said, well, Michelle, he pegs. Well, I got my words confused. I said, well, Jimmy does a lot of pegging, right? And she goes, what's pegging? I said, I guess you lay down or something like that. I said, let's do a Google search for pegging because that's what Jimmy's doing, and he looks so good now. And what happened is we found this. So then all of a sudden, Michelle said, listen, she's on Adam and Eve. I'm going to Spencer's. Listen, it's like I thought she thought it was that game with the
She's been pegging you.
Yeah, like
with the golf tees on the
Yeah, I
triangle.
pegged
Oh, yeah.
my
Yeah,
jeans
like you
back
get
in
it,
school.
the Cracker
You
Barrel.
pegged your
Yeah.
teens.
I pegged my jeans.
Pegged your
Yeah.
jeans? That's what I'm saying.
Darren is a pagan.
A pagan? He's just a
Now we're talking
pagan.
about pegging.
Pirates are peg legs.
Just a pagan.
Pirates are peg legs.
Peg
Yeah.
legs.
Pagan.
Yeah. So you know what? The bad thing is, now I'm getting kind of lazy. But
Pagan.
I'm getting kind of lazy because of all this pegging going on, and I walk around with a limp,
I
and I
don't
don't
even know
get
what
it.
pegging is.
You don't even know it. I'm not sure what pegging is either. But it's not pegging is not planking.
Everybody do a search for pegging.
Yeah.
Now you're a trendsetter.
I'm going to do that right now, as a matter of fact.
Hashtag Jimmy Pegs.
Jimmy Pegs from Pittsburgh. Check him out this week.
Hashtag Pegger.
So anyway, we have some crazy news. We have these. I love stories. Do you want to do the Darwin Awards first, or do you want to do the crazy stories?
Let's do the Darwin first.
Okay, the Darwin Awards. What a Darwin Award is, if people are caught in the act of doing dumb things and they end up dying, that's what they call a Darwin Award. It's like Darwin has this theory of evolution and all these things of like how the weak somehow filter themselves out and only the strong survive. Well, anyway, let's get to this one. This happened in South Korea in 2010. There was a handicapped man. He rammed his wheelchair in the elevator doors 3 times after being irritated that the elevator had gone without him. Now this is actually one on YouTube you can see. The problem is, he was so mad on the 4th time when he was ramming his wheelchair into the.
You're talking about pegging again.
And ramming his wheelchair into the doors. It just so happens at that particular moment in time, the doors opened up and he went whoosh, right through the shaft and he ended up dying. So that's not good news. That's not good news. How about this one in New York? I love New York. We haven't been to New York for a while. By the way,
I've never been there. Oh, I take that back. I've been there one time.
Yeah, well,
I've never been there.
Never been there. I love New York
It's my favorite city.
Yeah.
Now, this is great. Now, this happened. This sounds like something that Jimmy and Mary would do, actually, because they're in love and all this shit. I mean, this is like a Disney movie I'm watching right now for free. I mean, the only thing missing, you have 2 birds holding a ribbon and all this shit. I mean, there's deer
I saw
coming.
the birds when they came in.
There's rabbits and deers and all this kind of junk outside ready for the, it's just like insane.
Chuck.
Anyway, there's a young couple. They're driving along, and guess what they decide to do?
They started to stop.
They stopped on the side of the road for a little
Pegging.
a little get to know, because they couldn't wait till they got home. Anyway, they parked on the freeway in the right-hand lane, not on the shoulder. Well, guess what happens next?
They got rear-ended.
Well, they sort of did. They had
Double
a collision.
rear ends.
They had a collision with a car. I don't know how the collision, why they use the word collision. They had a collision with a cargo truck, and, well, they were forever stuck like glue because they were both.
Oh.
If you're going to go out, that's the way to go out, right?
Guess so.
I guess.
You could be coming and going at the same time.
Here's one. Oh, that's good.
But
guess you
I
could.
like how they phrase it here. They were instantly killing them both during the act of procreation.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now, how ironic is that? How ironic is that, really? Is that you died when you're creating at the same
Is it?
time?
Is
like a
it
sting.
ironic?
Bugs do.
Don't you think?
It's ironic.
Is it ironic?
Anybody have anything
Hey
else?
Chuck,
you
hey Chuck, in 1998 in Buenos Aires.
Ooh, I love when you talk Mexican.
Is that Mexican?
No,
I don't know what that's. Colombian?
It's
I
probably
don't know.
French.
Just use your accent.
During a heated marital dispute. Ooh, that's French.
Yeah, just do it. Just read it. You got me. I need some music
During a
for this.
heated marital dispute, a 25-year-old man picked up his 20-year-old wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
She must be
And
small.
He threw her. He
Or he's
threw
really
her off
big.
the 8th floor apartment balcony. Guess what happened? She got tangled up in the power lines.
Oh, instant barbecue.
Yeah, right? No. She didn't die. She's not touching the ground.
Yeah, because she wouldn't have been grounded. She's like a bird at that point.
This is what he did. He immediately leapt from the balcony and he fell towards his wife, but he missed the power lines completely.
Oh, he was like, hey, see ya.
He
Smash.
plunged to his death.
We were watching a thing before the show started, Chad Brucey and I. We were watching these videos. You can go on YouTube. First, we were watching lightning strikes, which is pretty awesome. Is that a peckernet down there?
Yep. Got some
Peckernet.
peckernet problems in the studio.
But what we watched was, we were watching these things. If you go on YouTube and look for compilations of people that have fallen off of buildings, it was like
People falling off
balcony
balconies.
fails. Put balcony fails in YouTube, and you're going to see some awesome stuff, man. You're going to see some bags of rocks hitting the ground, or like a sack of potatoes, or like a watermelon. The sound that it makes is just disgusting, but it's funny. We laugh every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else? Give me another one.
Here's one. Listen. Oh, you got one, Chad?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
July 2011 in New York.
New York.
Protesting motorcycle helmet laws.
Oh, snap.
A New York man was participating in a helmetless protest ride when he was killed after flipping over the handlebars and fatally hitting his head.
See, you know what?
Wow.
I've been spending a lot of time in Ohio, and they don't have motorcycle laws in Ohio. And I'm seeing these people flying down at 70 miles an hour, no helmet on. And listen, that probably feels great, that wind going through your hair. Man, if you go down, you're done. You're just going to die. You're going to die.
You know, there's sometimes, like, I'll leave Carol's house. It'll be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I cut through one section of road on Route 19, White Rock. And I start wondering, boy, I'm cooking through here 55, 60 miles an hour. What if a deer jumps out in front of me?
That's it.
And I've got a helmet on.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes your butthole pucker for a little bit. You let off that throttle just a little bit.
I'm sure it does.
You don't know. You have no
But
idea.
you know what? The thing is, that's why you have to do a lot of pegging because it keeps that thing relaxed. So then you don't have to really worry about it too much. But those are Darwin Awards, and I like Darwin Awards. We haven't done this for a long time. It's just amazing. You think about all the people that just die of natural causes. Then you think if you want to go out in style. Do something stupid. Well, let me read one more. I saw this one. This is kind of interesting.
Oh, no?
This is the one that happened down in Kentucky. Okay, so you had this chick. She was in a T-top. Her and her friend. They were in a T-top, right?
Yeah, I know this
so
story.
they decided to do a swap while the car was going in motion. The driver was going to get in the passenger seat. Passenger was going to get into the driver's seat.
It's like a Chinese fire drill, but while you're driving.
So now imagine this. The driver gets up as she's crawling over to get into the passenger seat. Her foot gets caught in the steering wheel. Okay?
Stupid.
Pulls the car to the right. She loses her balance, of course. Hits the guardrail where she's instantly gone. Mm-hmm. But the good news is that the passenger was underneath and was able to regain control of the car just by moving a hand over. And they're like, boom.
You just keep going. Huh?
Just foot off the gas at that point. Yeah, how about that?
Isn't that dumb? Some people are so dumb.
Yeah, but anyway, we talked about this. One thing that we also often like to do is help guys out with problems. We like to help guys out with problems picking up chicks. Now we're men of the world. We have all this magnetism.
Yeah, but
to
you know
us.
what, Chuck? We're at an age where we haven't used these pickup lines for a long time.
Well, that's true.
Well, I hope not.
No, we are way out of the game, man. Woo! Now,
So another thing we decided to do tonight, we're going to help the women out. We're going to be the guys in the bar.
About time.
And and we're going to try our best pickup lines on Mary. Now, Mary's going to be the chick at the bar, and she's going to show rejection lines. This is how, if you're a woman, you handle guys.
Yep.
Because guys can tell you they're pretty good at storytelling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey,
You
I've
could
got-
start one off and just go around the room.
all right,
Okay.
all right. Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. Now, Mary, we're in a bar setting. Oh, we got this going on. Too bad we don't have like bar sounds.
Yeah.
Find some bar sounds.
You do.
Oh, you can't.
Bar
No, you
sounds?
can't because you like crowd, like when you hear the
Glasses clinking
yeah.
and stuff like that, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I come up to you like this, have a cigarette in my hand, a beer, a cocktail, something like that. And I say,
baby.
haven't I seen you someplace before?
Yep, that's why I don't go there anymore.
Bang! See what I mean? That's a good one. Write that one down. Write that one down.
Now, see,
Okay.
I always like this one right here. It's a nice little conversation starter without actually putting any effort into it. Is this seat empty?
Yeah, mine will be too in a minute.
Dang.
I tried these with Jimmy, but he was so persistent. I just gave up.
That's why I like you, Jimmy.
then
Don't
next-
give up, man. You don't give up.
Next one should be Jimmy.
Oh, hey. Hey, baby. Your place or mine?
Both. You go to yours, I'll go to mine.
Nice.
Jimmy didn't give up, though. You want to go, Bruce? You want me to go?
I go this one.
Okay.
So, what do you do for a living?
She's thinking about it because now Brucey's a charmer.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce is single, so I should give this a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bruce is a charmer. If he comes up and
But
says,
I'm a female impersonator.
nice.
Wink, wink.
Nice. That falls into the whole DMAC thing again.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, I get to do the next one. Are you ready for me, Mary?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh.
Right on me.
Do it. Go, Todd. Hit her with one. You're going to win this contest.
Go, Todd.
I walk up
Go.
to you. I walk up to you. I sit down next to you. I say, hey, baby. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you between F and CK.
Nice. We'll come back with something with that one.
Well, Toddy boy, if I could
Oh.
rearrange the alphabet, I would put you before GLY.
Oh my goodness!
And then I would cry like this.
Wow, that was actually fantastic.
Put my
was
head down.
That was a pretty good
Walk
comeback.
away. Now
That was
go
a
to
pretty
my
good
little
comeback.
one-bedroom basement apartment. And
Oh my. Okay, my turn. I'm a smoozer.
oh yeah, you're.
You think?
Hey, baby.
She called me Toddy though.
Hey, baby. What's your sign?
Oh.
Do not enter.
Oh, wow, good one. You know what?
Like
And I don't
that
know.
one.
I don't know why you're with Jimmy because there is no one-way exit or anything.
Get it?
Maybe she likes that.
All right. Do you know what would look good on you? Me.
You know what would look good on you? Nothing.
I don't know.
Now wait a minute.
That could be.
I look at that as a door in.
I think Chad
Because
won.
that would be.
I think Chad won.
I think so.
I think that
That's good.
that could be taken.
Yeah, that
two
could be
different
taken
ways.
as though she wants my clothes off. Now.
Yeah.
Chad won.
That's a
Oh,
good
that's
one.
hilarious.
Well, my. Who's next? Who wants to-
Brucey, go with this one, Brucey.
Which one?
The very next one.
Okay. How do you like your eggs in the morning?
Unfertilized.
Get it? Get it? Unfertilized, you get it.
So, hey, baby, you know your body's like a temple.
Oh, you can't talk like that now.
I know, because you're getting me worked up too, Jim.
Sorry, there's no service today.
Okay.
Todd's over here.
Todd's thinking. Chad's won. What? Chad's got one. Todd's trying it. We thought Todd.
No, I got it right here.
Go
I got it right
ahead.
here. It just threw me off because it said boy and girl. I wasn't sure how that was.
What?
It says boy and girl.
Okay, just do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't
here-
give it
here we
away.
go.
We're just coming up with these off the top of
All
our
right.
head.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come
Let me
on.
think one. Oh, I got one right here. You know, Quickie has a U and an I together.
It's too bad because ugly starts with you.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, back to my one-bedroom basement.
Making me feel kind of
You
bad
know what?
here.
I know. Bitch.
That's twice. That's twice he got hit with the ugly stick.
I know.
Yeah, 2 times, man.
Trying to tell you something, Todd.
I think so. I must be ugly.
Todd fell out
I
of the
don't know, Todd.
Todd fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. All right. Your face must turn a few heads.
Oh, and your face must turn a few stomachs.
Wow.
All right, here we go, Chad.
All right, baby. You know you must work at a bakery because you have a nice set of buns.
Damn.
Do you work at a grocery store? Then why are you checking me out?
Get back in your car, boy. Drive away. Have some pride left. Get on out of here.
Come on, Brucey.
Okay. What are you looking at?
Something ugly.
Todd?
No, she's talking to you, Bruce.
She's
talking
I
to
was
you.
looking
Oh,
that
okay.
way.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She stretched the ugly out long
Okay.
time, Bruce.
Look at this is one that only Todd could say. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I'm going to do the next one. What do math and my penis have in common? They're both hard for you.
Oh.
She don't know what that one is.
You must be a math problem because you're annoying and difficult. And I don't want to solve your problems for you.
That was just a long way to say, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my goodness! Jeez Louise!
Oh!
Well, there goes that endorsement. There's another one. That's
I
why
forgot
we-
the censor button there.
That's why we don't take. That's why we don't do the whole money thing anymore. So, you know, wow.
Tell Todd hasn't been on here in a while.
We did money. We used to do money.
Oh no.
RoganRadio used to get paid to do this.
Nope.
That's how we get all this fancy equipment.
That's how Jimmy got his Lambo.
All right, skip the next one because I know you can't pronounce any of that.
No, I was. Yeah.
Go the one to do the one after 411.
Okay, I'll do that one. You see the one number 411? I'm gonna do the next one.
Get ready, Todd. Get ready.
Here it comes. Here it comes, Mary. I'm a little embarrassed about this, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it just because it's for Chuck and the show. That's the only
do it.
reason I'm
Take
doing it.
take
Hey,
one for the team.
Jimmy, earmuffs.
Jimmy.
Do it, Ted. Just do it.
Do it.
Just jump off the ledge. Just do it.
Ooh. You want me to do it like a Mexican? Yeah, yes, sir.
Do suave.
Oh, the thought of your pussy makes me horny.
Wait, you said a Mexican, not Jar Jar.
Oh, you so pussy makes me horny. Oh, you so pussy makes me horny.
Really?
I can't.
Say it like John Wayne. Say it like John Wayne.
Well, yeah, baby.
Oh my God.
Well, you know your pussy makes me horny.
Okay, say it like Morgan Freeman.
Your pussy makes me horny, Andy.
Okay, say it like Stallone. Say it like Stallone.
Hey yo, Mary, you know what? I looking down, I said, your pussy makes me horny.
Bill Cosby now.
I was in the
pudding pop, and then I just dropped a spoon when I was down there and looked up and seen your pussy. And I said to myself, Bill, goddamn, it makes me horny.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
You know, the punchline doesn't even matter anymore.
Who cares? Go to the next one. It doesn't matter.
I can't do it.
We haven't done really bad impressions for a long time.
I love those too. I'm trying to think of what was another one you could do.
We're all done now. We done burnt.
Do it as Forrest Gump, and I'll leave you alone. Do it as Forrest Gump, and I'll leave you alone. Yeah, do it as Forrest Gump, and I'll leave you alone.
Mom always said your pussy make me horny.
I was thinking Sling Blade.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy.
No, that'll be you.
No, you're good.
I can't do Sling Blade.
Oh, you do.
I reckon that pussy make me horny.
Well, the punchline is actually, do you have
Really?
It's something about not seeing my cat or something.
I don't think you've ever seen my cat.
Oh man. You have to actually love. I love the impression. See, we're just. Michelle has tears in her eyes. Put that camera on you for a second.
We're getting
camera on you.
requests. Jesse wants to hear him do it in an English accent.
Oh yeah, yeah. Austin Powers or Arthur. Okay,
Oh, you know what? I was walking down the road, one day, and I seen this girl come out, and I said, "Oh, Jimbo, looks like Mary. Mary. You know what? Lift your skirt up just a little bit. Oh, snap, your pussy makes me horny."
Jolly.
Pretty sure there's a Darwin Award about ready to be passed out here.
Jolly. No panties today, see? There must be no panty day. Today must be no panty day. As a matter of fact, must be my lucky day, too. Can I see that pussy again one more time?
Oh, bloody hell. Will you just cut it out, please?
Oh, my goodness. Shaved like a newborn baby.
Michelle, did they put you through this when you first started?
Yeah, shaved and smooth, just like a new.
Every once in a while, she gets a recap.
That makes me cry. I'm crying.
Show over.
Phew, that was a good one. I'm glad Jesse brought up the English accent because that's perfect.
I just happened to look down and saw that, and I was like, oh, God.
Oh, that's perfect. Do it as Chewbacca. What would Chewbacca? The Jar Jar. When you said it as Jar Jar, you got to do it one more time as Jar Jar.
I miss to say you got sweet pussy. Mrs. say Anakin, take a lightsaber. She got pretty pussy. Yes, I love you long time. Yes, I Jar Jar Binks. May I touch a tongue? May I touch a lick of eyebrows with tongue?
Oh my God, Jar Jar! Thank goodness Lucas made that up. Because perhaps the worst character ever in a Star Wars movie. But you know what? If it
We're
wasn't
still
for
making
that,
fun of him. Years later, still making fun of that guy.
oh my
We got
goodness.
people on here saying, oh, my God, please stop. My sides are killing me.
I have a big, huge bug beside of me.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Todd, they said your mother is listening.
Oh, I'm so
He was doing it for the show, Sandy. He was just
Yeah,
doing it for
yeah.
the show. He was taking one
for
for
the
the
show.
show.
He's talking about kittens.
It's
and
all
stuff.
for the show. You're talking about cats.
Yeah, it was all about the Humane Society and how we can do that. Go ahead and get a hold of your local Humane Society spay and neuter. That's too funny. Anyway, I have some. Now these are crazy. These are some crazy stories, and one of them is going to directly tie into. I believe we're going to take a poll around here. But anyway, the first one. Have you heard about what's happening at Kent State? Have you heard about this thing in
I heard
Ohio?
what happened at Kent State years ago. Remember?
Yeah, but there's a dude they're calling the perv, and they're trying to find this guy because he's going
Was
to
there here, Todd?
Alpha 5, right? They have these little Nest doorbell deals. Okay?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I see them all the time. Gary.
right.
Yeah.
So what this guy has been doing, and specifically with this one sorority, he's going up there just in Speedos, dressed as Speedos, but he's got all this stuff written all over him. As an example, one of them says "laugh at me." It's like a what do you call those markers? Those
Like a magic marker?
Like
Sharpie?
like a Sharpie. That's what I was looking for. And he has all this stuff. One is called shrimp dick. The other one says pervert.
Who
4
wants to
inch.
walk around
Jimmy,
with
you
a
gotta
shirt?
quit, Jim. You're gonna get
shrimp
caught.
No, it's not a shirt. He's wearing nothing but a Speedo, and he
He's
goes up-
writing this on his chest.
and he's writing it all over him. And the thing is, I'm thinking now that just sounds like he's like almost like a hazing from a frat, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's an initiation.
You
of it,
have
yeah.
to.
It sounds
Yeah,
like he's being
yeah.
initiated by somebody. But they're looking for this guy because he's to the point they're calling him the perv of Kent State in a Speedo. Yeah, it's pretty amazing actually. Now,
Speaking of that reminds me of something. So we were down at the asylum last night, and we were doing the flashlight tours.
Is it good this year?
Oh, we didn't go through the haunted house. We were just doing the flashlight tours, and so we're waiting. And there's
So basically, she had that in like a big old magnifying glass.
Oh
front.
yeah,
sure.
So one of the workers is standing there in front of us, and I point out to Mary. I go, "Look at this girl's shirt," and it says real big on it. It says, "I heart dicks."
Did you take a picture?
I thought that was,
I did take a picture. I'm like,
for some reason, you know what? You send
what?
so much
I sent
stuff,
that
though.
to you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, I was like,
I saw
I didn't
that.
know if you guys knew that was real, but that was real. Yeah, I was
kidding.
like, what girl walks around saying she?
I don't know.
girl that
Weird.
like-
Maybe she's a sporting goods enthusiast. I don't know.
I think she might be.
I don't know. Hey, listen to this guy, Bryce Cleary, right? 30-some years ago, he was a first-year medical student out in Idaho, or Oregon. Out in Oregon. Okay, now when you're in college, especially medical school, you know what? You're going to start racking up the student bills, aren't you not? I mean, the student loans and all
Big
this kind
time.
of jazz. So what he decided to do was donate some sperm. Now, see, Todd and I, we donate a lot of sperm. Jimmy was needing a lot of sperm there for a while for something. He was making some kind of gravy. I don't know what it was all about. We just do it because we're friends. We've been that way forever. We have each other's back. Well, anyway, now listen to what happened to this guy.
You're just good people like that.
No,
Yeah.
no, this happened in 1989. So this is about 20 years ago, I guess. Then no, this was
20 years.
30 years ago.
30 years
89,
ago.
99. Because I
Yeah.
graduated. Man, it's been 30 years since I've been in high school.
Me too.
Holy crap.
31 years for me. baby.
Jeez Louise. So anyway, what happened to this? When he signed the agreement, it was to the point to where he would donate this, but it was only to be used on the East Coast. So as there was never a chance, because he lived over on the West Coast, there was never a chance that somehow he would always remain anonymous. Okay. Well, come to find out, that's not what happened. Instead of using 5, he's up to 17. And they're all in his hometown. He's all in Oregon. They're all in his hometown in the Pacific Northwest.
happen though?
Well, because they broke the agreement. That's why he's suing. He's got like a $5.5 million lawsuit against the Oregon Health and Fertility Clinic of whatever university it is or whatnot, because where they were supposed to send it over to the East Coast, they didn't. But I'm thinking, the good thing is if he needs a liver or something, he's going to have a pretty good pool pretty close to him.
Think if this guy does 23andMe, and then it shows possible relations, and he has
Yeah.
laundry list.
Imagine that.
I know, right?
So it's crazy. But this is the best thing. How many people own an iPhone? Jimmy, do you own an iPhone?
I do.
Brucey, you have an iPhone.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Chad, you have an iPhone. And this isn't going to pertain to the. What are you packing? What kind of heat you packing?
No,
Got
she's
the
packing
note,
heat.
the
The
note
Note,
9.
yeah. Okay, so you're an Android person. Michelle, you have an iPhone, but this
Yep.
Carol's got an iPhone.
an iPhone. Todd,
I have
Android,
too.
baby. It's an LG.
you have an Android too. What's your daily? Do you have your iPhone?
My iPhone's
Yeah.
my
Okay.
daily.
Well, this is great because there's somebody suing Apple right now over an app. His name is D. Razumilov. Say that.
Great.
Okay.
Right.
Well, he's
Speaks
suing.
French, huh?
He's actually Russian, but he is
So cultured.
he's actually suing Apple, okay, because it turned him gay.
Oh my God! Are you
He's
kidding me?
He's suing him from what? This dude
Jesus.
Razumilov or whatever.
Why doesn't he
world
just get a
anymore.
Samsung?
Now what
He
happened?
get turned
Now
back.
listen to this story.
Yeah,
though.
that's right.
This is a legit. Case. But he's blaming Apple for him being gay. Now, what happened was when he first got his iPhone, this was a couple years ago, he pulled this thing in 2017, so it's been a couple years ago. There's a cryptocurrency app or something, I don't know, where they're changing money back and forth. Well, anyway, he gets, one of the very first things he gets is like some kind of a bot thing. Anytime you get on these things, you always get these bots. Well, somebody's sent him some gay coins or cryptocurrency, they call them, but with the message that says, don't judge without trying. Okay, now this is just a message. He has the phone. He's a straight dude. He gets this thing. He gets these like 76 little coins that I don't know what you could spend those on. I couldn't tell you. With this little message, don't judge until you try it. Well, I guess he decided to try it. So a couple years go by because of what the message. This is his
Twist
defense.
my arm.
This is why he's suing Apple. So what happens is now he's got a steady boyfriend. Okay, now he's upset with Apple because now he's gay, but he has a steady boyfriend. He's been doing this for a couple of years, and it goes back to the point of he doesn't know how to tell his parents, so that's why he's suing.
I think they know now.
I want to know what the coins had to do with making somebody gay.
There were 69 gay coins. Somebody Google gay coins.
I'm not doing.
What are you guys doing?
Bruce, this is your computer. I'll do it. This is your computer.
But that explains to me why Jimmy has an iPhone now, and why you're always doing this. Let's see, gay coins. I want to find out real quick. Gay coins.
Gay.
But can you believe somebody actually? Oh, there they are. It's
Canadians' new gay coin.
You know,
I've never heard of those.
There's actually, look on the screen. There's actually they're actually worth about a penny, almost 2 cents. So there's actually a thing. Then there's the chart we're looking here on coin.market.
Are they like a Bitcoin?
Yeah, they're like Bitcoin. It's all cryptocurrency. They don't actually exist. They just trade them back and forth.
Yeah, like a Bitcoin.
It started in New Zealand, I guess. Wow.
Canada.
Yeah.
Eaglegate Canada praises the $1 coin that marks 1969 as a turning point for homosexual rights. They have them in Canada. They're making these coins in Canada. New gay right coin divides the LGBT community.
But look at how much it's worth. Now bring up like Bitcoin and see how much Bitcoin is compared to that. Same thing.
Let's see what that is. It's all cryptocurrency stuff. Let's see what the Bitcoin is worth these days. It was up pretty high there. It's about $7,800.
Yeah.
At one time, it was close to $20,000.
I know. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
For one coin?
For one coin.
I mean, I should have got in on that.
Yeah, so that was that.
I always kick myself because I could have bought some of those.
Well,
very cheap when they started.
It is what it is. You can't have everything, but you do have Mary.
That is everything.
Listen to that.
Yeah. Woo! Get that mosquito. Look, it's even trying to get her.
I'm freaking out now.
You know what?
Get her.
It was over
Get her.
here earlier.
Stick her and take some blood.
Yeah, you kill him, then wrap it up and give it to Jimmy.
That's
Give it
funny.
to Jimmy.
I'm telling you, it's definitely like a. It's
Don't
definitely
worry,
like
Chad,
a.
I'm protecting you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
It's definitely like a Disney movie. And honest to goodness, it is.
Oh, hey, who has already signed up for Disney Plus? Me.
What's Disney Plus?
What's Disney Plus?
It's that new the Disney streaming app, the new Disney thing, man. It's coming out in November.
They're having
I
a new.
should know about this.
They have a new Star Wars thing. Don't they have a new Star Wars thing that's coming on there?
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian looks good.
Hell yeah, that looks good.
I like peaches a lot better though, or oranges. I
Not
like oranges.
You don't like
No,
Mandalorians?
Chuck.
Mandalorians.
The name of Christ. We're talking about,
What about did you see where Ewan McGregor signed on to be open the Obi-Wan, like a miniseries?
Yeah.
I love him.
You do not.
You've
shut
got
up.
the perfect woman.
Shut up.
You've got the perfect.
Shut your mouth if you know what's good for you.
You like Hayden
It's
Christensen?
okay, it's that funny.
No, he was.
That's great.
Anyway.
Well,
Okay.
So we can turn this into a Dr. Phil episode if you want. So how long have you guys been together? So tell us. Does Jimmy fart in front of you yet? Does he pee on the seat? Does he put the seat down? Maybe that's a
When
problem.
do I ever not fart in front of somebody?
Maybe you need to take her feelings into account.
Yeah, Jimmy, you can't just do a girl like that.
You like me, you like all of me.
Wow, even the stinky part of you, huh?
Yep.
You know why I stink so bad?
Why?
This is coming out of your butthole. That's why it
I don't
smells
think that.
Do you think the pegging has anything to do with that?
Probably.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
there's
probably.
a connection there.
because you start that peg and you go
Maybe.
from to.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to go ahead and shut this shit show down. No pun intended.
We are at a solid. Listen, if we go 3 hours 50 seconds, we are at a solid hour, baby.
Yeah. Hey, why don't we end it with one of our classic old school songs like we used to?
Like
everybody does like a sound.
Part of the beatbox. We haven't done that for a while.
No, we did that a few weeks ago. Let's do it again, though.
We did the.
I got my sentence. I got it.
We did
Everybody,
the.
everybody contributes with a sound.
Yeah, Jimmy beatboxes,
I'm
and
ready.
you just have to add like you'll. This is we haven't done
Are
this.
we just going to go around and just start adding like that?
Just-
Yeah,
it'll-
we
it'll
all
all
do
in
stuff.
there,
We all do
yeah,
something.
Yeah, it's just.
I've got mine based on tonight.
All right, go Jim. Start it out.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do it. It starts a little something like this.
Love is in the air. 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 Anybody helping me? Love is in the air. Come on. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Love is in the air.
Peg, 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 peg,
It's everywhere.
peg, peg, All right, on behalf of Chapupa Pochio from Mononga. Mary, I'm glad you came into the studio. You have to come in more often. It's fun. It's fun.
That's fun.
You softly with his toy.
For the newly improved D-Mac actually had some Little League stuff tonight, so that's why he wasn't here tonight.
Playing
Cuddles.
with balls and bats.
And he's still recovering from them.
Yeah, his wrist.
ribs.
He would have been dying tonight. Thank God he wasn't here because we would have put him back in the hospital.
It'd be fun.
Yeah,
It'd be
it
fun.
would.
It'd be fun.
D, he had some previous obligations, so he wasn't here tonight. Thanks to Michelle for sitting in down there on the director's
This is a
seat.
hard job.
That's one thing that you have to do when you're on this show. You never know what you're going to be doing. So
I'm
you
glad
know,
we got Michelle down there doing that.
Thank you, Todd Brand.
You're welcome, Michelle. Straight from Tokyo, Japan, starring in an upcoming blockbuster movie you'll see on Pornhub, Dongzilla. It's Bruce Takahashi.
Where's that, Jim?
Straight from
Dongzilla.
Straight from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Jimmy Whiz.
And his pants.
So go ahead and the Chewbacca of the show, the best man at the wedding, best friend a guy could have. Over here to my right is Todd, Captain Earl Beck.
Close us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening and watching. Make sure pretty much we're going to be coming up with the wintertime hours, which will be every week. Like, share, the audio will be out here soon. It's all fantastic. We're doing good. We're going to keep you updated on all kinds of previous activities that we're doing and ghost hunts and everything else. Oh my goodness, Todd's got some pegging up. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, you have been listening to Rogan Radio.
Peace out.
Later.